You already an entrepreneur? Y'all already know that? Boom, got you. I remember, I'm gonna give y'all a quick story. The very first time I cut somebody else's hair, I was in this building. I was in Texas Barber College. I met a couple of y'all already, they're not even in here yet. But their first time cutting was in this building. Super nervous. I was super nervous. I didn't even want to cut hair. I used to say all type of stuff. 2011, that's when my mom first brought it to my attention. You should go to barber school. I didn't want to go to barber school. I didn't want to cut hair. I didn't even acknowledge it as barbering. I used to say cut hair, cut hair. I didn't want to do that. Super hobby, I don't want to do that. They ain't even making no money. That's why I used to think. 2011. 2 years go by, life happens. At this point, it's 2013. I'm going through a divorce, no money, no job, no nothing. Got to move back home with my mom. And I got 2 kids. 2 kids. How many of y'all got kids? Boom. You got kids? You got kids. So I had to take it super serious. I had to get my mindset. That's the first thing I'm going to talk about. I had to get my mind right. I had to decide before I even came in the building, I had to make my mind up that I either had to make this work or I had to make it work. There was no other choice, no other option. I couldn't go get a job. I couldn't fill out an application and change my mind and go do something else. How many of y'all in that same boat? For real, for real. How many of y'all in that same boat where you can't just like, I don't want to go to school no more, I'm going to go get a job. I'm finna fill out an application. How many of y'all thinking like that?
Oh, no.
Nobody? Locked in. You locked in.
Yeah.
Boom. So it's 2013, made my mind up, gotta work or it gotta work. Got my mindset right. First time cutting hair, I'm here. Super nervous. I'm cutting and I realized, boom, it's a lot of distractions. So I'm all over the place. Y'all already know how it is. One day it might be chill, one day it might be 1,000 things going on. Super distracting. It's a lot of distractions. So I had to write my goals down. Something I never done. How many of y'all heard about goals? How many of y'all write your goals down though? You write your goals down? That's what's up. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. But writing your goals down is something, it do something. It make you remember. It make that goal more real, make it more serious. Watching YouTube videos. I wasn't even watching haircut videos at that time. It was more like mindset videos. Learning how to get my mind right. Going through divorce, living back home, no money, no job, 2 kids. Got to get my mind right. Boom, depressed, feeling real low, real low. At that time, 2013, I'm building myself up, watching YouTube videos, watching whatever I can watch. Now my mindset right. It got to work or it got to work. Go to barber school, the distractions. So now I write my goals down, something again I never done before, because I used to try to remember. I'm going to remember. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember. How many of y'all can relate? You don't write it down, but you feel like you can remember. I need to do this. I need to do this. So you try to remember everything you got to do. Like I said, something about writing your goals down is different. So I write my goals down. That gave me clarity. It gave me more focus. Same way when we got that GPS on our phone, we try to go somewhere, it give you that direction, that clarity, that focus. So now I'm super focused. The nervousness gone, everything gone. But now by me being focused on what I want, because again, I can't go get no job. I'm not fulfilling an application, nothing. This gotta work, or it gotta work. The end. So boom. Anything that's not aligned with my goals, anything that won't help me achieve my goal, coming to school, I ain't have no car, so I catch the bus or whatever. So anything that will help me come to school, help me learn, anything that wasn't aligned with my goals, coming to school, achieving my goals, I had to cut it off. Partners, chilling late, whatever. Females, all that. That was, I got grimy with that part because you gotta understand the situation I'm in. I'm at the bottom, that's what I felt. But my mind, it was slowly rising, I got my clarity, I got my goals, I got what I want to do. Everybody want to finish school, everybody want to boom, boom, boom. But I'm thinking further, outside the shop. I'm cutting all day, making sure, I get my rhythm in, boom, boom, boom. Got my goals. So now, I got my mindset right, I got my goals down. My goals is my clarity. Anything that's not aligned with my goals, you gotta cut it off. You gotta cut it off. If you don't cut it off, I won't even say cut it off. If you don't really limit that other stuff, it's gonna throw you off. It's gonna slow you down, it's gonna throw you off, or you're not gonna accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish. You gotta set your goals, you gotta write it down, don't think about it, you gotta really write that down. I don't know what it is, write it down, boom. You're gonna have more clarity, you're gonna have more focus. Anything that's not aligned with what you're trying to do, trying to study for a certain test, trying to mind out, whatever is not aligned with that, I'm gonna highlight it in a second. Whatever you're trying to do, if it's not aligned with your goal, you gotta cut it off no matter who it is too. A lot of times it's gonna be close people too. That's gonna make you feel a certain type of way. But if you do, you don't want it. You're not ready. You're not ready for it. Because you're gonna have to feel a certain type of way because it's about you. It's our only life. It's our only life. And by us not taking what we want, the way we want our lives, by us not putting ourselves first, that's actually being selfish. You gotta put yourself first. Yourself, you gotta put yourself first. Because all y'all in here leveling up yourself. So anything that's not aligned with y'all coming and level up yourself, you gotta cut it off.
You have to deal with the uncomfortable.
Gotta be. You think this comfortable? This is my first time ever doing something like this. So you gotta know first the end goal, what you want. Anything on that path not aligned with it, cut it off. That's gonna make it easier. And if you're not ready for it, you're gonna think of all the excuses. It's my partner. Well, that's my sister. Or I've been doing them. Or whatever. You gotta cut it off. Boom. On top of all this, my mindset, my goals, now you gotta stay consistent. You educating yourself, you stand out the way, you being here, you going to theory, you modding, practicals, boom, boom, boom. You're doing everything you gotta do. You gotta do that consistently, every day. Consistently, every day. Every time you gotta do it consistently at a high level. If you're cutting, you gotta give a high level service every single time. Consistency and discipline. Watch this. All of us in here are barbers. All of us are barbers. What separates you from the next barber? What separates you from the next barber? What separates you? Everybody knows how to do a beard lineup. Everybody knows how to do a bob fade, taper, mohawk, enhancements. Everybody knows how to do all that. What separates you? For me, what separated me was paying attention to the details. The small stuff, taking my time. Being consistent on paying attention to the details and the small stuff, taking my time. Being disciplined on being consistent, paying attention to the details, taking my time. I'm at the shop now. I'm out of school now, I'm in the shop. All barbers. What's gonna separate me? Being detailed, taking my time. And now that I'm getting the groove of it, being consistent on my social media posts, being disciplined on that, boom, I gotta edit it. Can't be scrolling, I gotta edit. How do I edit? Go to YouTube, learn. Go to Google, learn. Google University, YouTube University, learn. It's aligned with my goal. It's my goal. My goal is to edit this video and post it. Whatever it is to take to learn that, I gotta learn it. If it's a question or I don't know how to do something on the way to this goal, put that question into YouTube University, Google University. How do I do this? I learned how to do the uni. I don't do it no more, but I learned how to do that mostly off of YouTube. Boom. YouTube University, Google University. I'm in the shop, separate myself by being myself, by being detailed on the small stuff. Now, I'm getting comfortable. I'm offering appointments now. Appointments is a whole nother lane now, because instead of the client coming in waiting for a haircut, who's next, or how many you got, they come to the shop now, knowing they next. It's an experience now. It's an experience now. Your client coming in the shop can be full. You know how that feel? When y'all gonna see how it feel? Watch. The shop full. You got a client, it's an appointment, they walk in the door, and they come straight to the chair. That's gonna make them feel like, I'm telling you, y'all can probably already imagine that. A full shop, and you got appointments in your client, you on time, because you've been practicing these things in barber school. Discipline, consistency. If it's not aligned with my goal, cut it off. Cut it off. If it ain't aligned with my goal, you gotta cut it off. Now we're in the shop, you got these appointments, being consistently on time, you staying disciplined, not going out on Thursday night or Friday night, because you know you gotta get up Friday morning, Saturday morning. Consistently disciplined. If it's not aligned with my goals, cut it off over time. Boom, now I got these appointments coming in, elevated, I'm staying consistent and disciplined. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. And these pretty much are principles and guidelines on any type of business, on any goal you want to have, on anything you want to do. If you want to bake a cake and you're just trying to figure it out, these are the same principles. Same steps, same policies, same procedures, same stuff. It's about us. First step, I'm gonna wrap it up. And after that, I'm gonna try to answer some questions. Let me do a little small Q&A. But the first step, on any goal, well, we in Barber, we Barber right now. We are barbers, we are business owners, we are entrepreneurs. We are working for ourselves. We're not thinking about clocking in or none of that. First step, mindset. You gotta decide. You gotta decide. There's two motivations for everybody in this world. The first motivation, being inspired. Seeing something nice, you want to grind and want that. Damn, that nigga got a Rolls. I want a Rolls Royce. Or a house, I want that house. Grinding, hustling. That's one motivation. The other motivation is way stronger than that motivation. That motivation is being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable. Walking, no job, all that, uncomfortable. That was my motivation to change my situation. That's a stronger motivation, that's a stronger pull than wanting something, being inspired. So being uncomfortable is a strong pull. Develop that mindset. Whatever you gotta do, it gotta work or it gotta work. No other options. Goals. Lock in on your goals. Any distractions, you gotta cut them off. If you hesitate and you're talking to yourself, self-doubt, you're not ready to cut your goal off. I mean, you're not ready for your goal. You're not ready to cut the other stuff off that's gonna take you away from your goal. It don't matter how you talk to yourself, because you're lying to yourself until you take the actions and take the steps to get it. Me, for example, real quick, short story. Preparing for this, the finals, the playoffs, boom, boom, boom. I could have been watching all that, but instead, I had to cut that off, limit it to highlights instead of watching 2-hour games. Yeah, it's cool, you know, I'm in the shop. I'm going to get caught up on it anyways in the shop. So I ain't got to watch that. I can prepare for what I need to prepare for. Learn, study, or whatever I need to do. That's just specifically me right here. Mindset, focus, discipline. You gotta be consistent in all that. That's gonna take you to the next level. Making sure that nothing can come and penetrate your mind and distract you from whatever you're trying to do. You gotta be locked in on what you're trying to do. That's the main thing I want to share with y'all. To be locked in on what you're trying to do and decide. And when you decide, stay consistent on those steps you're taking to achieve your goals, and be disciplined to cut off anything that's not aligned with your goals and any negative self-talk. That's the main thing I want to take. Y'all want y'all to take away from that. That's all I gotta say. Y'all got any questions about anything? Feel free to ask me right now. That's it.
How long were you cutting before you left the ocean?
My first time cutting anyone's hair when I was in barber school.
So how long was it, like, when you already been cutting, like, say you've been cutting, what, 9 years now?
8.
8. How long have you been in the shop?
It's like a group. It's more like a family type of shop. But I'm gonna say a year and a half now. A year and a half now. The whole shop itself been open about 25 years now. Probably 26, 27, something like that. All together. I was a sweeper at that shop when I was a freshman and sophomore in high school. Never thought about cutting hair. Never. First time I cut somebody else's hair, I was 26 years old when I was here. That's the first time I was 26. I'm 35 now. Yep. Anybody? Any questions? Social media, posting, how to batch content so you can stay on top of it, hashtags, whatever, all that stuff.
What's your price for your haircuts? Like how?
My price starting out for men is $40.
$40?
Yep.
How many cuts you average a week?
Average a week. The way I try to do it is I put my number as far as my goal, then I break it down to the days, because I'm at the month with it. Then I break it down to the days in a week, and I break it down to the days, then how many per day. That's how I try to break it down. Say it again. To cut? Not yet. Not yet. But I have traveled out of state to educate myself in different barber symposiums and master classes in Atlanta and stuff like that. And once in Tampa, Atlanta and Tampa.
You said you learned how to do man units, but male units, but you don't do it. Why not?
I don't like the time. I mean, I can still do it, but I just don't like the time allowing the glue to dry and different things like that. You know what I mean? It's just got to be a super special request or referral or something like that for me to do it. But going out and getting new clients on that, that's not my lane no more. Not anymore.
Do you pick like one day to take a break?
I do now. Well, not even a break. It'll be a half a day because I work 7 days a week. So it'll be a half a day. Sometimes I'll come in the morning and I'll be done around 1, 12, or 2, something like that. Or it'd be vice versa. I won't come into 1, 12, or 2, and I'll be out of there about 5, 6, 7. But I definitely do that break in the form of a half a day, or sometimes it's a full day. But you definitely got to take that break so you can reflect how to sharpen your tools mentally, different things you want to say. Thank you for your business. Appreciate you. How y'all doing? Or even just, you know, get your flyers together and get them out in the city or whatever. But you definitely got to take that break to reflect and how you can come back for sure. Even in the form of vacation or just chilling at the crib and watching TV.
Has it paid off since you've been cutting it?
Yeah. Cutting hair changed my life. For real. Like, seriously. When I was 19, my first job was selling cars. My first getting money was sweeping hair at the barbershop.
Right.
The same barbershop I'm at now. But my first real job was selling cars. I started selling cars when I was 19. I did that for about 5 years, 5.5 years. Did a few little jobs here and there. My mom suggested barber school in 11. Didn't go to 2013. Since then, it's been going up since. And I learned a lot of new things while being a barber because I'm not, you know, I have my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not clocking in to where I can't use my phone or different things like that. By being a barber, you have that free time. I had to learn how to edit videos, a lot of stuff. I can keep going. That's a whole other situation. But for sure.
You started YouTube?
Not yet. I got one, but I haven't actually started uploading stuff like that. Not yet, for sure. That's definitely in my steps.
You can do that when you travel.
As a fact, document your process. That's another thing I suggest y'all do too. You can start right now. Document your process right now. Even walking to school. Coming to school, walking in the building, whatever. Because you're gonna be surprised. In 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, this is my 8th year, 8 years from now, I go back now to my old Instagram. I was looking for old pictures and videos on my Instagram. Like, dang, I almost deleted it because it was so trash looking. But that's a part of your journey. It's part of your process.
I stopped posting them. I just take them and then I keep it in my phone.
The only way you should stop posting them is if you're trying to, because the mirror, when you're looking at the mirror, and the video on the phone, the camera on the phone, it shows you a little something different than how I see.
Well, I got them.
But post those. Nah, don't be, you know.
Not yet. You know, put a little bit.
Post.
Yeah, like a couple I posted, but not all of them.
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram too.
I just did.
Follow me on Instagram too, big dog. All y'all, if y'all got any questions, any type of questions, especially, trust me, if y'all got any,
What's your Instagram?
it's right here, Book the Barber. All right. If y'all got any, like I mean this from the heart part, any type of questions, DM me, hit me up for sure, because I promise you, when I was here, there wasn't no other options. I used to catch the bus, no car, no phone, nothing. Ask Miss Liz. She don't know, but it was grimy for me at that time. But my peers, none of them knew because I carried myself in a different way. See what I'm saying? So, for sure, that's the main thing is y'all lock in and separate yourself, stay disciplined, stay focused on y'all goals, for sure. Anybody, anything. Follow me on the ground, even if y'all want to ask me nothing now.
What's the hardest thing you went through, like, with like barber, like taking the tests and stuff like that? Like getting your license and stuff?
The hardest thing?
Yeah.
The hardest thing, it wasn't really nothing like hard like that, but the main thing was, I would say was challenging was me preparing. My first time, I waited till the last minute. It was raining, I'm trying to pack my bag at the last minute, got everything, I forgot my razor. So I'm trying to freestyle with a comb.
And then you took your test when you had to bring an actual person, right?
Yeah. Y'all ready?
No, we got to just bring like 3 or 4 mannequin heads. 2.
And then do it on there. What about the shave?
On the mannequin.
Damn, that's crazy.
1 for the haircut, 1 for the shave.
Yeah, we have to have an extra person. Yeah, for sure. Y'all gonna look up, and then y'all gonna be in a completely different situation. A real person. Y'all would too.
Well, a real person bleeds.
Yeah.
What helped you just like perfect your craft and
But
stuff?
yeah, that'll be
What helped you like perfect your craft?
Good question. I'm glad you asked. I was waiting on that question. What helped me perfect my craft was, like I said a while ago, my goal was to get better. I wanted my bald face. I'm in the shop now. I wanted my bald face to walk out like the vets' bald face and tapers and beards and whatever else, right? So I got super intentional on watching and learning. I was on the mat with them, looking. When they turn back to look in the mirror, I'm right behind them, out the way, but I'm looking in the mirror. I'm learning. So what helped me take my skills to the next level, I got super focused on watching the people that was better than me. The group, even when I was in school, I didn't hang around the people who just came in with me like that. I really didn't hang around a lot of people in general. But when I was on the floor and I was mingling and stuff like that, I instantly gravitated towards the people who were on another level. Everybody was in school, but I instantly gravitated towards the people who were on a higher level, so I can pick up those things. And the same thing at the shop. The higher, I started learning, boom, how to do my razor, where to even grab the skin and stretch it, everything. So same thing with YouTube.
So are you still helpful in the shop to the others?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
barbers in there?
Yep. But I'm the youngest though. I'm the youngest as far
That
as.
don't mean you're not one of the coldest.
Yeah, that's true. I'm the youngest as far as age and time cutting. Yeah, but they've even mentioned how they learn a lot.
So you in the shop with a lot of OGs and stuff.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's an advantage too.
Yeah.
That's an advantage too. So when y'all go to a shop, or if y'all don't have one already, when y'all kind of scouting, go to a shop as a complete client first. I won't even say nothing about me being a barber. That's if you're serious about that shop, unless you already know where you want to go. But if you're fresh, you don't know, I'll go there on a regular, get a haircut, and check the vibe, check the energy, and see what it is. Because if you come in there, I want to be, a barber, blah, 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 automatically the energy is going to change. But when you go naturally as a client, then you're going to see what it really is. And that's going to give you a better understanding. So to add on that, you want to make sure you go to a shop where they are helpful. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to keep all the information, keep all the little tips and little things like that. You want to go to a shop where people are willing to share, pull you up, walk in, come in, you know what I'm saying? Build you up. So that's the main thing. You want to make sure when you're looking for a shop to go in and scout it out under the radar and make sure you're looking for certain qualities. Are they building each other up? Are they scoring all the time? And all that stuff.
What's the best way, like, you manage your money? Booking apps help you, keep track of your money and stuff. What's the best way for you?
I don't use booking apps personally. I learned over time different habits with my money. But as far as booking apps, I don't personally use it, not because of the money, because I like to control who I put, where they.
So how do you book your appointments?
They call me or they text me. Or they message me on Instagram or Facebook.
And then you have like a scheduling book that you write down?
Because I got for the most part, with all my clients, it's a connection there. With booking apps, you get a lot of clients, a lot of people that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So if I have a certain client, even if they're not in on a locked in time, but if I know I got a client that comes every 2 weeks, but he don't have a locked in time, it might be a range, but every 2 weeks for sure. And I got other clients that I don't even know of that's filling these times in. I'm gonna trade that out with my locked in client as opposed to a client who might be just traveling and looking for a barber. You know what I'm saying? And he might not come back, or just might be here for work for a weekend or something. So that's one of the main reasons I don't like the booking. Well, I don't use the booking apps. They cool though, I like them for sure. They even market for you.
Yeah.
So heck, if you knew, well, not even if you knew, because you can still get it in. But
so how do you feel about I know you haven't been in a commission shop, but how do you feel about like booth renting versus a commission shop?
See, with booth rent and commission shops, with booth rent, that's that one flat number. That's what it is. You pay that, and everything is yours. With commission shop, however you go, they're still gonna get a cut of that. So I would prefer booth rent.
But say it's a new barber that just out of school, and they don't have a good clientele base.
A lot of commission shops do help you with a lot of products and a lot of clients and things like that also. But it all just falls back on you. It all just depends on how hungry you are, at the end of the day. It all depends on how hungry you are. When you going to the drive-thru, and you see a youngster who gets a haircut, sew up the whole McDonald's. That's easy. Wherever your shop is, you get to sew up all the fast foods. That's simple. I sew up high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, fast foods. Bro, you're the drive, bro. You don't even have to have a card. You can have a napkin. I can have this whole napkin right here. I'm in the drive-thru, bro. Give me a pen. Well, I got a pen. Put my phone number here. Call me. Bring this. Build value in whatever you get them. So now they got to bring this with them to get whatever you gonna get them. $5 off, free, or whatever. He ain't gonna just frisbee this. He gonna put this somewhere. All y'all, bro. Hit him with the bro. You know. All y'all come through. I got all y'all in there. Now I just sold up Wendy's. Now I just sold up McDonald's. In the whole area. High schools. Bro, I got you. Bring two of your partners. Free edge up or free cut or however you feel it. If they get a basic cut, sponge, tape it, don't touch the top, OG, or however they, yeah, bring two of your partners, I got you free. They love that. Now you taking over a whole little section, schools and stuff. So that's a good way to build too. Easy way, as opposed to, you know, depending on other platforms and commission owners, shop owners and different things like that. You know, you have creative ways to build up your clientele, and you're gonna max out. You're gonna be able to take advantage of the booth, man. You'll be able to max out that 150 or 200 or 175 or 120, whatever it is, in a few hours, or a client or two, building up that value with that appointment, being on time, consistent, delivering it over and over. You know what I'm saying? Oh, for sure. So don't let not having a clientele, create fear. You know what I'm saying? Let that hustle and that drive inside of you minimize that. Like, what? Like, you be like, what? You can't, let's go. I'm finna go eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. You finna cash out. Nah, for real though, that's some good questions. I like those questions for sure. Make sure y'all again tap in with me. I got a lot of stuff coming for us, for barbers. I got a lot of stuff coming. I finished my book, an ebook, to help you develop an unbreakable mindset. I got 5 points in there that's gonna really help take y'all to another level, for sure. Like, for sure. I appreciate y'all with these questions. For sure. Boom. Anybody else? OG? You good? Okay. You got it? Talk to me though. You still might even ask in a different way.
No, it's like, you own a shop or you working at it?
It's both.
Both?
Yeah. It's like it's a family shop, but he also allowed us to buy in.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, for instance, like, if people going to work, you know what I'm saying? They be like, I don't want to work for this dude. I want my own stuff. Like, you still gonna work if you all your stuff, you're gonna work more. You know what I'm saying? You just saying work for somebody else.
Yep.
So it's like, it's better to own the shop or it's like, just go and pay food rent. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about your preference. It's all about how much work you want to put in. Because I used to want a shop as far as, you know, but it's something about it. You got to have more work as far as the personalities, your barbers you're dealing with. It's more hands-on if you own the shop by yourself. But see, it's different when you have, exactly, you don't have to be as hands-on. You can still more focus on what you're trying to do and build. You don't have to worry about changing the trash cans and stuff like that because you got a team. You feel what I'm saying? But no, it's all depends on you and what you want out of it. You know what I'm saying? As far as how you want to go with it.
Like, I ain't never heard nobody like, we own this shop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Nah, for sure. It happens a lot though. It's a lot of industries.
So what's your big goal though? Like, okay, you already got your business going. You got your, you know, long term. You know, do you want to be an instructor? Do you want to just be a shop owner at the end of the day, or do you want to keep cutting till you can't?
My long-term goal is to obviously to give back, to teach, but not in the form of like an instructor. It's gonna be digital. Different online programs. My book is gonna be an ebook. It's not gonna be an actual hard book. It's gonna be digital. Sharing the same stuff, but more in depth on every area: marketing, finances, taxes, every area, more in depth. I've been hearing different things about it, but at the end of the year, though, But that's another thing. You can.
It depends on the person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can make your life a business too. Everything we doing right now, barbering, everything is a write-off. The cell phone bill, our clothes, cleaners, is a write-off.
That's the first time I heard about cell phone bill. I know I heard a lot, you know, my instructors told us a lot of stuff, but
Taking
cell
pictures,
phone, yeah,
posting,
taking pictures,
hello,
phone
come
calls,
on now.
text messages.
All that. Yep.
Makes sense, yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
All that. It's obviously, you know, the supplies and stuff like that. Even your gas. How you get it? So, for sure. You gotta make your life a business to where you can write it off though. But that's my long-term goal is to create programs for barbers to take it to another level. No fluff though, real information to where you read it and go through it. You're gonna actually be able to go from step to step and change your life, not just motivational stuff. Actual real life stuff, what to do this and this gonna happen, do this and this gonna happen. Real stuff. That's my long-term goal is to be able to impact that way. Because I can only impact so many people in person, but online I can impact a lot more. Y'all should do the same thing. Y'all gonna tap into it, sharing y'all knowledge because it's gonna help other people.
What kind of clippers do you use?
I like walls. Yeah.
Teams.
Yeah. I've been like the walls since up here. I ain't gonna lie. Walls. Since I've been up here, my fading steps changed 3 times just to make it more fast and efficient for me.
So how do you fade now?
I just use walls, guards, boom, boom, boom.
You fade up or down?
Up and close it up and clean up down. Clean up down. Go up, clean up down. Make it faster for me.
All right, so what's your lineup technique?
Turn them to the mirror. I start from the middle. The middle. Yep.
So
I use
go
different
ahead.
eyebrows and eye corners for points. So I won't have to keep looking. So if this is lined up at a certain point, make sure that this is gonna line up. They're gonna look like a mirror. Same thing with my beard. If the beard coming at the crease of the lip or top of the mustache or bottom, obviously make it look like a mirror. Boom, same way. That's another way you can show them if their stuff is off a little bit. Because you got one side and they ain't looking in the mirror. You're not doing like this, trying to see. Nah, you turn into the mirror and you looking behind them, holding their head straight because they ain't leaning, none of that. Hold their head straight, make sure everything's straight. Your view, not their view, your view. Even when they doing the forehead, relax your forehead, man. I can see the line straight.
You be using enhancement?
Yeah.
How much you charge for your enhancement?
Well, it's like 40, 45. I usually do all of it though.
You do the spray?
Yeah.
Say that again.
40, 45.
How you and that's just the enhancements, or is that with the haircut?
That's with the
That's what the haircut.
That's not decent.
Yeah.
He said, because he said he usually charges 40 for the haircut.
Yeah.
So he's only doing 5 for the 5.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Even with the razors though, because I'm big on over delivering too. That's crazy. I used to think about charging for the razor, charging for this, charging for design, charging for this. I do charge for, certain stuff, but for the most part, I focus on over delivering the experience, the long term, so they can, and then when you raise up on your prices, when the demand comes, then that is what it is. They already know. My edge ups now, if somebody come in right now and get an edge up, $20, $25, depending on what I'm doing, for the edge up. I'm not just edging you up. I'm edging you up, obviously raising you and hitting the wild hairs. See what I'm saying? Like, I brought this edging you, that's all right. I'm edging you, raising, and wild hair, hitting the wild hair. All it. So yeah, you gotta over deliver, do a little bit extra. Don't just do what is expected. Do a little bit extra. That's another way to separate. We all barbers. When you go in the shop, we all barbers. Doing a little bit extra is another way to separate yourself. For sure, especially on something like an edge up.
Yeah.
That's easy. That's easy. That's still the same amount of time. Pretty much. 5, 10 minutes, 15 at the most. Still the same amount of time. Just give them a little bit extra. Razor. Even a little enhancement. Just the edge up though. Even a haircut. Same stuff. Hot towel. Quickie. Alright, give it to them. They love it. I promise. A little bit extra. Not charging for it, but they gonna experience. It's all about that experience though. That experience is what get that. When you charging 40 and 45, I promise you're gonna get 320s. That's why I love saying in the shop, because we got ATM in there. 320s. That's it. It sounds way less than $60. 320s.
So y'all invested into ATM?
Yeah.
How much that run y'all?
It's not running us nothing like this.
No, like to buy it, like to get it.
It's a company.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a company. At first we had a dude that's crazy. He was one of my clients. He had one, but he ended up moving. You know, we Googled the company.
Okay.
But it's a little percentage though. So that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Y'all pay a note or something like
No. We get a percentage for them having their ATM meeting. We don't gotta pay for it. They pay us.
You put it in your
Yeah. But yeah. It ain't a life. It's just a little percentage. It's a $3 fee. You'll see the corner stores. It'll be $2.75, $2.50. They probably give them $1, $1.50, 75 cents.
Yeah.
But that's definitely.
But that's also helping you get your money faster too.
Facts.
Yeah, it's
I gotta go
convenient.
to the store and get out of it.
Yeah, nah.
And another thing is, if you know certain clients, well, I want to go to my bank and say that $2 or $3, you automatically program it. This is a cheap client that they already nitpicking over the ATM fee. See what I'm saying? So you can kind of, once you get to a level, you can pick and choose who you want to cut.
Yeah.
Right now, you super grind mode. Let's go. But when you get to a level, you want to pick and choose because it's your energy. It's who in your trade. You can cut this person, you with this person for 30, 40 an hour. So you gotta, be mindful of that. This is exchanging energy. You feel me? So when you get to a certain level, you gotta be able to, to keep your energy level up, so you can continue to stay consistent and delivering a good service, high level over time. So all that comes into play. Being mindful of that too. So you don't want to be dealing with people who are on a low level type stuff. It's gonna rub off, guaranteed. It's gonna affect you. For sure. For sure. Who all been cutting hair before school? Okay. This your first time in barber school?
Yeah.
Yep, that was me too. My first time, super nervous.
Tell myself, but I know what it is.
Just against the grain, low, nothing major. Walmart clippers. Before I cut my hair off, because I knew I couldn't wear a hat in school, and I'm like, man, against the grain. Real low, edge up, niggas say I look like Kobe Bryant everywhere I went. So, time for that. For sure. That's it though. Nobody else. Until I got here. As an Asian dude, I remember. Number 3 all over. I remember that shit. Gotta have confidence though. Gotta have confidence.
What's your patience with cutting people? How do you, how do you do it, bro?
That's a good
How do you
question.
deal with it? 'Cause I can't.
The way I deal with it now is if I'm already seeing they finna be fussy, I'm probably not gonna do it. But if it's just a scenario where I gotta do it or whatever, I'm judging that parent. Because if the parent is just, especially if it's a guy, dad's like super weak nowadays. But if the parent like just sitting on the side and letting the kid do whatever, and they're not trying to help me at all, I'm about to blow. That's our terminology when we send a shot blow-throughs. I'm finna blow through this client. So if the kid, don't do that, y'all. If the kid, if they just fussing and fighting and the parent not trying to help me, and they just trying to get them in the cell phone, they trying to, you get candy when we leave and all that stuff, and not trying to actually discipline them to get a haircut, that's what frustrated me. That's what made me change your whole contact on my phone is don't answer that thing. And I say why, all to myself, like don't answer it because of the kid. And I'm like, man, I've done that before. I've done that more than once. Because not the first couple times either. The only time I've done that, and it was more than once, because I've been cutting these little kids in particular for a couple years, and it's still the same. So it's the same thing with cutting somebody with bad energy, who are always negative. It's gonna mess up your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I've been wrestling with this little kid for an hour. His haircut not even crispy because I've been wrestling, crying. I cried all over my cake. It's snot and tears. Now I got Mr. Johnson, who's an attorney, who got these three dubs. You feel me? So the trade-off ain't worth it. So I'm good. So you gotta again stay on that grind, stay on that hustle, educate yourself so you can keep taking yourself to a higher level, keep separating yourselves so you can have that option to be able to say, feel me? If you ain't got that option, you like, damn, you lazy on your phone, you just couldn't walk-ins, you're not making your walk-ins come in, then you're gonna be stuck in position like that. You know what I'm saying? But for kids, for the most part, you gotta be used to getting haircuts. They gotta look fresh. I ain't got time to be fighting because I don't want to mess up my energy. at the end of the day. Because I put myself more important. More, you know what I'm saying? And that's not selfish. So don't let nobody trick you out of that. That ain't selfish. Put yourself first.
What can you tell me is the difference between cutting hair here and at the shop, and then what was the transition like, and what do they need to do the first month or two when they get in the shop?
Good question. It's gonna be similar advice, but it's a good question though. Here, I would say cut like crazy. Don't be scared, don't be intimidated. I remember Mohawks. I used to be nervous about Mohawks. I don't know why. But Mohawks, don't be intimidated, don't be nervous. Because right now, this is where you want to learn everything about everything. All the techniques, all of everything. This is where you want to learn that in barber school. Because when you're in the shop, the difference is this is real life. This is my livelihood. You mess up now, the word's going around now. You mess up in here, it's different. But you mess up in the shop and they come in, oh, that's bro. You know what I mean? They'll be waiting 20 hours instead of sitting in your chair because they already know you're not that good. So when you get in the shop, same thing in here is attach yourself to somebody who's on a lot higher level than you are. On a level that you desire to be at. If you're in here, you see somebody like, damn, that nigga bald face be clean consistently every time. Or he pass or she pass or whatever every time. I need to study with them so I can boom, boom, boom. Or I need to get with him on the bald face so I can learn how to do this or learn how to do that. Same way when you leave the shop. You want to make sure you connect with a barber who's willing to share and pour into you to help you elevate. That's very important because it'll help you learn faster. You're going to make less mistakes if you connect yourself to somebody that's on a high level. That's a very important little tip to give y'all, is to connect yourself with somebody that's doing something that you want to do at a little bit higher level. It don't got to be a little bit, just at a higher level than what you're trying to do. And naturally, those people, they want to share, they want to help you. You know what I'm saying? So that's another way, that's a good way to transition, same steps, same principle, but to take yourself at a higher level and move faster and move up in the career, for sure. Connect to somebody. Some people may call it a mentor, a coach, or whatever. But definitely connect to somebody who's doing it better. It's gonna help you step your game up, for sure. Another good question? I like the question.
Well, how would you tell them to go about getting clientele? Because if they think that they're gonna walk into their dream income and their dream job as soon as they get out of school, what do you have to tell them about that?
They already know.
He already told us.
They already know. They ready. They're gonna separate themselves because everybody's a barber. So they gotta do something different that's gonna separate themselves. The small things, being consistent at the small things, and being disciplined and staying consistent. You know what I'm saying? That's it. They already know. Oh, for sure. I gotta tap in with y'all. I need y'all to follow me on the gram so I can watch all y'all. I wanna see all y'all haircuts. I wanna see all y'all posts, even if it's not crispy. What's your name?
Alexis.
Alexis.
Yeah.
Even if it's not crispy, you gotta
No,
post it.
they be crispy now.
I mean, you know. You still gotta post it though. Now, for real though, I definitely wanna see y'all. I promise you, I'm gonna be tapping in with y'all. I wanna see y'all build and grow. And go back on my Instagram, 2014s and 17s and 15s, and you're gonna see the difference between then and now. I promise you. You're gonna see the difference between then and now. For sure. I appreciate y'all. For sure.
No more questions?
They
Thank you, guys.
ready to turn up.